Okay, so I don't see myself doing a lot of this type of content because I'm not sure it's really a strength of mine. So you can let me know in the comment section down below. I think what works for this channel is my honesty, my uh, my shucksness in the Midwest when I talk about some difficult topics. And I was actually going to record a video on this stink piece that MSNBC, I believe, put out today on the GG. But just a hilarious video, and I may still do that just because it's going to be really fun to meme on. But in the light of what went on in New York today, I noticed a trend of just some subtle changes to how news is reported. And I think a lot of you may already be typing in the comment section down below, like, duh, like, this is what the news does, lamestream media. And I think I'm aware of that, but I also think that I want to throw my hat in the ring to try and point it out when I see it, when I feel like I can make a good case about it, because mainstream media as it stands needs to go away. It's just too unreliable. It's dividing people and profiteering off dissent. I noticed today when CNN initially reported on this, as they would like you to believe, a simple road rage incident, when in fact it was. And this other word I noticed, I wonder when they started replacing terrorist attack with act of terrorism. There clearly is some party line that maybe that word seems softer. I can see it, I guess. They isolate it in act of, in like it's just this one-time thing. But to keep perspective, I mean, I think these issues are obviously a big problem, and they're worth talking about, but more people will be killed in Chicago this weekend. So just to keep things in perspective, that may be insensitive, and I don't mean it that way. I mean, all loss of life like this is just tragic and stupid. It's just pointless. This is a big reason that I'm an atheist. Religion makes people do really stupid stuff. And I noticed today that I tweeted it out and it got some likes. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my first political video. I'm sure everyone's already thumbsing it down, but I don't really have strong ties one way or the other. But it would appear that CNN was caught again producing fake news. And let me go to a couple of shots here. And what the reason I'm making this video is because I think I can make a larger case for a wide variety of situations like this. So here we'll take, now this is a screenshot that I also verified in the actual initial video feed, So I wanted to make sure that this picture wasn't fake news. And I know as I say that word and some of the other words in this video, I'm going to get pissed on by the YouTube algorithm, but whatever. I think this is important and hopefully people will share it out there. You'll notice that CNN ran the headline when they were reporting on this: 6 dead, multiple injuries in New York City attack. This is the actual video. Earlier in the video, which I can verify here, in the video, witnesses say a suspect was yelling, "God is great," in Arabic. And I was like, well, no, he was yelling Allah Akbar. This is what he was yelling. It was widely reported. And at first I thought, well, maybe he was yelling in English. I don't know. But no, it was widely reported that he was yelling Allah Akbar. And so why would you make this change? Well, this is a change to propagandize this, to soften the impact on a certain group of people. But I would question what value does this have to the American people to make this change, right? It's a small, you might argue like this is a small change. I don't really understand why you're that upset about it. And to be clear, I'm not that upset about it because I know that CNN does this, and I know that all major news agencies are probably guilty of this. And this is the direct reason for the rise of alternative media, and more and more people are coming to YouTube to get their news because of this. And you know, you wonder, like, you'll see Jake Tapper actually responds to somebody who says he was not yelling "God is great." Take that out of quotations. Jake Tapper replies to defend his fake news. I really have no idea what you're objecting to. Like, I won't have any possible idea. I mean, we blatantly changed what the person said, but what could you possibly be complaining about? We said what he said in Arabic and provided rough translation. This is incorrect. A rough translation of Allah Akbar is, I believe, Allah is great, not God is great. Allah is one of the words. It's like a proper noun, right? So Jake is, I don't know, gaslighting. I'm not sure what he looks like, a complete moron here. But the real question is why? What do you have to gain? I saw a tweet when I saw this trend starting a few years ago, right after the election when they did it again, basically saying changing these words are what got Donald Trump elected. And I don't disagree with that. Because if I can't trust you to report accurately on the literal smallest of details, the home run fact that can be independently verified by tons of people at the scene, you can't even report that accurately to me, how can I even believe your weather forecast? And if you look, the interesting thing is there's a lot of cases of this. Back in April, the Fresno shooter, another, road rage incident, as they might report it. The Associated Press did it. Fresno police say suspect in triple slaying told him he hates white people and shouted God is great. That was incorrect. He was shouting Allah Akbar. So why did you change it? You go to the Orlando shootings, Impulse nightclub, okay? Before the tapes were released to the public, they were scrubbed of all references to Islam. I remember this because they were redacted on the statement. You can see in the name of God, merciful, beneficial, Arabic. They just say like prophet, and they replace it with Arabic, but you know he was saying Allah, right? God, these sites have so many ads. So the question is, I mean, I don't understand what CNN really has to gain here other than the fact that now I'm going to make my very first video ever on a political topic, which I probably won't ever do again because I'm really nervous about how everyone's going to react to it. But it's very frustrating to me because I really, really want accurate reporting. And if you can't trust somebody to literally report on eyewitness accounts to make the change, I guess this is good for independent media. If YouTube would just get on board and stop suppressing independent media, this would be even better. But I fear that still many people rely on mainstream media to get their news. And this is just blatant propaganda. And I hope that this video will reach a lot of people. I hope a bunch of people share it, even though I know YouTube will suppress it, and I understand why. But the topic of the video is not the tragedy that happened today, and my heart goes out to the families of the victims and anyone who is involved with that. The topic of the video is how quickly the propaganda machine fires up and is running on all cylinders. Jake Tapper, CNN, you're garbage.